There are a bunch of options for wireless service, from companies offering different kinds of plans, different perks. Some companies operate their own networks. Others lease access to a network and resell that service to consumers. When you're shopping for the best deals and the best coverage, getting a lay of the land can really help you out. So just what is an MVNO? Alright, you know the drill. Whatever carrier you might be on, you're not going to want to miss the work being done here on reviews.org, so make sure you get those subscription options sorted under the video. First up, just a little personal business. My family and I were in the middle of a move. We're in that strange transition spot where we're taking things down. Obviously, you can see how weird it looks with that empty bookshelf behind me, but we'll be in a new location soon. I'll be up and running. It's gonna be good times. Back to the video. In the United States, there are 3 main networks generally available in most regions. These would be called mobile network operators: at&t, Verizon, and the newly merged T-Mobile and Sprint. These are the big dogs, the most visible companies in mobile. But of course, we know there are a bunch of other companies that you can sign with for service. These other companies are called MVNOs, Mobile Virtual Network Operators. They offer consumer-facing services, billing, tech support, they sell phones, offer financing. They just don't own or maintenance the network. They lease time on the MNO networks and sell that to their customers. And spelling that relationship out, one might think it would be more costly to do business with an MVNO. They're just middlemen, right? Well, currently, this relationship between MNOs and MVNOs affords smaller companies the flexibility to offer some competing perks. It's not just as simple as service. At a lower price, it's very likely that there will be different caps on your monthly data, or your connection might not be prioritized during periods of heavy congestion. In most markets, though, with decent infrastructure, that peak of the bell curve average data use should be really well supported. The network operators, the major carriers, want to monetize as much traffic as they can. So it makes a lot of sense how MVNOs can often offer lower prices. As a terrible oversimplification, let's say you had a wireless network that could sustain 100 users, but only 30 were signed on to your service. You have extra unused capacity. You sell that extra room to another company at a bulk rate with the understanding that your primary customers are a higher priority. And everyone's happy. The network owner is making more money on their infrastructure, and consumers are able to shop different plans with different perks. And it's obviously more complicated than that, but that's a part of how all this works. Major carriers might include other perks like partnerships with media distribution. But we asked in a prior video, and while those add-ons are fun, they often aren't the features that convince the folks in our comments to stay with a carrier, change their plan, or switch carriers. Instead, the MVNO game has gotten more aggressive on price and flexibility. No contract, prepaid plans, bring your own phone instead of leasing a phone, lower prices for metered data instead of unlimited plans. And even some of those unlimited plans are getting really wallet friendly. As a personal tangent, over the last year, I haven't been traveling, so I switched to a metered plan on my MVNO, and that saved us a lot of money since we were mostly using Wi-Fi. Now that I'm through both of my shots, though, I'm looking to venture out a little more, so we might need to revise that data plan. But the point about contracts is one of the more critical aspects of shopping around, in my not so humble opinion. Let's say you eventually want to sign on a family plan with a major carrier. You can test drive networks really inexpensively and without signing your life away if you know which network an MVNO leases time on. I'm on a prepaid plan that mostly piggybacks on T-Mobile's network. I've got a really good idea of how T-Mobile delivers service in my neighborhood if I ever choose to sign directly with them. Better still, because an MVNO is a front-end service, many of these carriers will lease time on multiple networks. You can often bring a phone from any other carrier, and it will probably be supported. And if you move to a different area where one MNO has stronger service, you might be able to swap out your phone for a model that better supports that other network without changing who you do business with. Now, here's what's really tricky in covering this industry. The original draft of this video was going to be a little more clickbaity, best MVNO or best prepaid plans of 2021. Number 4 will blow your mind. I really don't like playing that game, but it's kind of how internets work. However, this field is super fluid, and pinning these plans down can be tricky. By the time we're done producing that video, it can be out of date. T-Mobile changed up their perks and plans, and we covered that on this channel. Google Fi is offering a new lower-cost unlimited. Numerous low-cost plans are adding 5G support. These are constantly moving targets. Mint has been really strong lately with 12-month prepaying options. Visible is turning a lot of heads on Verizon's network. Straight Talk is a consistently strong offering. Boost, Ting, TracFone, and you might be able to score a good deal bundling your cell phone service with your cable TV provider. If there's some interest, I'm gonna be pitching an idea for a monthly stream to break down some of this carrier news, what's going on with ISPs. We can host a live conversation, what's going on with broadband and cell carriers. If that's something you'd be interested in, drop us a comment down below. But of course, if you want to stay up to date on what's happening in wireless, there is a terrific website you can check out with write-ups, reviews, comparisons on service, and editorials on all the internet, wired and wireless. I'm getting a bit cheeky at the end of this video. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, and subscribing to this channel. For Reviews.org, I'm Juan Carlos Spagnel, and I'll catch you all on the next video.